welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about what I wore to rush, like what I brought, the things I brought in my bag, the stuff that you need if you're rushing at Alabama and possibly other places. But personally, I rushed at Alabama last year and it was so much fun. It's long and it's hot, but it's a lot of fun. And I was so stressed out when I was like looking for dresses and stuff, because I'm the first person in my family to ever rush, and so I didn't really have anyone to ask, like, do I wear this? Do I wear this? So we were kind of just winging it, and I watched so many videos and, you know, contacted girls that were already in sororities to see what I should wear. So I thought that this video would be helpful for all of y'all who are looking for dresses and shoes and earrings and all of that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. After convocation, which is like a meeting and you just wear like a t-shirt and shorts to that, the first 2 days of rush are open house, or ice water teas, but it's called open house now. And for that, you just wear like a sundress and flats. So for the very first day, I wore this white dress. It was from Lucca, and it was super like light fabric, because let me tell you something, it is so hot for rush. Last year's rush, we had the highest temperature in Alabama in 7 years, and you're out there all day. You need something that's like light, kind of flowy type material so that wind can get through it. I just hit the plant. And also wear flats the first day, because you're gonna be going, the first and second day, you're going to every single sorority house. It's so much walking. It's so much fun, but lots of walking, okay? I wore this white dress, I loved it. I got it from Lucca. And then the second day, I wore this like block color sundress that I got from Perfect Touch in Tuscaloosa as well. Both of these days, I just wore my Tory Burch flats, and it worked out really well. So my feet didn't hurt that bad the first 2 days. I didn't wear any heels or anything. And then for both of these dresses, these days are like kind of fun. So I wore big, colorful earrings that I thought were really fun. After open house, days 3 and 4 are Philanthropy. And so for those days, you're given like Philanthropy Day t-shirts when you go through rush. You get 2 of them. Tip: I like my t-shirts really baggy. Like, I get oversized t-shirts, obviously everyone does. So I ordered larges for, you know, Philanthropy Days, because I was like, oh yeah, I wear a large. Not thinking that I would have to be like tucking it into shorts for Philanthropy Day. So when Philanthropy Day got here and I went to tuck it in, I'm like, oh my God, this is literally ginormous. Like, I'm 5'1". I'm very tiny. I don't need to, I'm really like a size small if I were to get my actual size in a t-shirt. And so I literally had to like cut the t-shirt to make it not come out of the bottom of my shorts. Anyways, order a smaller size t-shirt so that way you're not stressing on Philanthropy Day like I am. So you're wearing the t-shirt and then like some nice shorts. I wore these ones from Baldo-Downs. Both of them were from Baldo-Downs. And for this day, I wore like those stacked sandals. I don't know how to explain them. I'll put a picture of them right here. I wore the sandals, but you may want to just wear like the Tory Burch flats again, or I know a lot of girls wore like their Golden Goose sneakers or any kind of like nice sneaker that you have. Girls wore that last year too, but I just wore those stacked sandals. It is a lot of walking though, so pick a shoe that's very comfortable, because you're gonna be out all day, and by the end of the day, you're gonna be exhausted and you don't want blisters. So for Philanthropy, I wore big fun earrings. for those 2 days too, just to kind of like, to make it fun. And let's see, after Philanthropy, days 5 and 6 are Sisterhood. So Sisterhood, you wear like a nicer sundress type situation. I, for the first day of Sisterhood, wore this green dress that was like my favorite dress. And I wore that, and then I wore these heels from Steve Madden. They worked out pretty good. You're going to like fewer houses every single day, so it's gonna be less walking, so you can kind of work your way up to the more uncomfortable type shoe. I wore the green dress with the Steve Madden, and then I still wore like a fun, colorful earring, nothing too nice. Oh, and I got this dress from Perfect Touch as well. Let's see, for the second day of Sisterhood, I wore this pink dress. Or it's kind of like a peachy, I don't know. All I know is that it made me look tan and that I wanted to wear it. Okay, so for the last day, which is prep day, the day before bid day, so you're only going to 2 houses on this day, and you wear your nicest dress, so everyone's gonna be really dressed up and it's gonna be super fun. So I wore this blue dress, which was super cute, and I wore it with these heels from Steve Madden. The shoes weren't bad except for the fact that I had already had giant blisters on my feet, so you're only going to 2 houses, and when you get to the house you're sitting down, so it doesn't really matter how uncomfortable the shoes are for that day. Something I want to mention, you don't have to go out and get like a new dress or an expensive dress by any means. You can wear something that you already have that you think is cute. Like, no one's gonna know that you've already worn a dress before Rush if you have before. It's not a big deal at all. I would have totally done it if I would have had that many dresses before Rush. I know a lot of girls ordered online, like from Lulu's or like any of those type websites. Sadly, I cannot online shop because nothing ever fits me, ever. I have to get everything altered. All of the dresses that I got were from 3 boutiques in town, Lucca, Perfect Touch, and Effie's, and I think they're all doing online orders to ship. So make sure to check out, I'll link their Instagrams below in this video so you can check out all of their stuff. And like closer into the summertime, they'll be getting like a ton of Rush dresses. So I got the majority of my jewelry from my favorite jewelry brand, which is Gypsy Gems. My necklace is actually from there. They have so many like big fun earrings, but also really elegant earrings as well, so it was super easy to find all the kinds of earrings that I could ever need for Rush. Okay, so something else that I wish someone would have told me, thank God it didn't happen to me, but make sure your dresses don't show sweat. I did this by just like getting them wet and seeing if the material changed or if you couldn't really see when it got wet, because there were some dresses last year that like got drenched in sweat and you could see it, and obviously it's not a big deal, but I mean when it's happening to you it could probably be a little embarrassing. So the only other tip that I had about clothing is to just, I'm gonna reiterate this again, get comfortable shoes, please. Do it for me and for you. You will thank me later, I promise. Okay. So what I didn't know about Rush is that the whole time, that the first 2 days especially, you were outside the entire day. I thought that like you went inside on your breaks. No, there's tents. There's giant tents like with fans and water and everything that you go and you sit under while you're waiting for like your next house with your group. It is hot. I don't know how many times I can tell you that. It's so hot. You're sweating like a crazy person. I don't sweat that much. I'm not like I don't sweat a lot. I just don't. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to not sweat. It's gonna be like 100 degrees outside, and the humidity in Alabama is like 90% 24/7. So you're gonna bring a bag with you. It's gonna be like a big tote type bag. I'm gonna tell you what I brought in mine, and it was pretty much like everything that I needed the whole time that I was outside. So number one, a towel. Because like I said, the entire day you're outside and you're going to houses on a schedule, right? So in between those houses, you're sitting either under a tent or on the sidewalk or something, and you don't want your dress to get like wet or dirty because you're out there in the morning, so there's gonna be like dew on the grass and everything. So bring a towel to sit on. The next thing, oh my God, this saved my life, a portable fan. And I'm not talking about like one of the tiny ones. I'm talking about go on Amazon, search portable fan, find the biggest one that you're comfortable with using and buy it. Like buy it immediately without hesitation, because, and it needs to be the kind that's battery charged or like a rechargeable portable fan, because when the sun is like melting your makeup away and you're walking to the houses and you're like, I'm about to pass out, portable fan, okay? Give yourself a little, you know, cool yourself off, okay? I'm talking about my hair was blowing from this fan. It's like, it was powerful. It saved my life. Me and my friends would walk on either side going to the houses, and I'd just, you know, back and forth. Literally saved my life. My best friend Bailey, we actually met at Rush. She was in my Rokai group. She did not have a fan, and I love her dearly. So we would take turns. She would go to the house with a fan, and then I would get the fan and I would go to a house, you know, and it helps for you to look nice before you go into the house. So that brings me to, I brought a little bag inside of my bag, and in that I brought deodorant, I brought touch-up makeup, so I'm not really oily, and so I really just brought like lipstick and makeup wipes. And then also bring a hairbrush if your hair gets messed up, I don't know, or it just could be frizzy and you want to brush it. And then the last thing that I put in this bag, and I can't stress this enough, Band-Aids. Please bring Band-Aids. If you don't get blisters, then your friend's gonna get blisters. Someone's gonna end up with blisters and they're going to be in desperate need of a Band-Aid. Because I know y'all know how uncomfortable it is when you have a blister and the heel is just like digging into, no, it's not for me. I doubled up on Band-Aids whenever I had my blisters because I knew that I was gonna be walking so much. And then the last thing that I had in the bag was a Tide stick, because you go to the dining halls for lunch and there's like a ton of options obviously on what you want to eat, but if you spill it on you, you don't want to go into the house with like pizza sauce on your dress. So I brought a Tide stick. Thankfully I didn't have to use it, but I did give it to someone who did have to use it. Oh, and safety pins in case your dress breaks. Thankfully none of my dresses broke, but the girl that was standing beside me in my Rokai group, the back of her dress, literally the straps popped off, like broke. It wasn't like it unhooked, no. It popped off, and I didn't have safety pins, but luckily another girl in our group did, and they like, you know, they're rushing like hook her dress for her and just pin her all up, and then we all went to the house. So make sure that you bring safety pins in case of an emergency. And then the next thing that I brought were like snacks that aren't messy. I brought I think goldfish, I don't know, but my friends brought like protein bars and that kind of thing, because you, like I said, you're gonna be out there all day, you're gonna be walking everywhere, and you only have like one time to eat, which is lunch. So whenever you're waiting in the tents for your next house, then you'll have time to like eat and drink water, that kind of thing. Which brings me to my next thing. Obviously bring a bunch of water, like a lot of water, because you're gonna be so dehydrated from the heat and sweating and all those things. So I brought liquid IV to go inside of my water. And I swear to God, if you drink a liquid IV, it literally feels like you went in like to the IV bar and got fluids. I'm not exaggerating. I gave them to all my friends after the first day because I was like, you have got to drink this. I felt so hydrated, like never in my life. I think one liquid IV is the equivalent to drinking 3 bottles of water. And you just pour it in there. They taste delicious. I'll put them in the description box below. The last thing I would say is to bring an umbrella and a rain jacket just in case, because it may just, you know, it's summer. It may, you know, in the middle of the day, there may be like a little rain shower, who knows? But you don't want to find out if you don't have an umbrella, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to be there and it starts raining and you're like, what am I gonna do? You know, when you have to walk to the houses in the rain, like no, bring an umbrella and bring a rain jacket. At Convocation, I believe, which is, like I said, the meeting before Rush, you get a copy of the Greek Chic book, which will have like a map of all the houses inside of it, and it'll have information about all the houses. So that will be good to keep in your bag as well. In case you're not familiar with where the sorority houses are, you'll be able to look at the map and, you know, I know even though I lived in Tuscaloosa, there were some houses where I was like, I have no idea where this is. Like I would not even begin to know where this is. So I had to use the map a lot actually, more than I thought I was going to have to. Okay, so the last thing that I was gonna say about Rush is, like I mentioned before, my favorite jewelry brand, which is Gypsy Gems. They're actually Greek licensed, so they do a bunch of like sorority necklaces, hairpins, all kinds of cute stuff for sororities. I'm Chi, so I actually have a little Chi hairpin. I'll put a picture of it right here, but it's like my favorite thing in the world. And if your parents start looking for like Rush Week presents or bid day gifts or anything like that, definitely tell them to check out Gypsy Gems, because I know it's like my favorite thing in the world. I wore it for one of our formals, my sorority hairpin, and it's like rhinestone. It's adorable. You'll love it. Go check them out. I'll put a picture of them right here of some of the stuff that they've already done. And if you're watching this video and you're already in a sorority, she's about to do a deal where if you buy a piece of her jewelry, whenever you're checking out, if you use the corresponding code for your sorority, 10% of your purchase actually goes to that sorority's philanthropy. So that's super cool. We love doing philanthropy. And it's like a really cool way to continue giving to the philanthropies, you know, while we're in quarantine and stuff and can't really do that many fundraisers on campus like we would usually be doing. But yeah, I think that's it. Guys, if you have any questions, you can just leave them down below, or you can DM me on Instagram, any of that kind of stuff. I'd be so happy to help you with that. I know it can be so stressful, but don't worry. Everything's gonna work out fine. Your outfits are gonna be amazing. Everything's gonna go perfect. I think that's it. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll probably do some other Rush related videos or dorm related videos, all those kinds of things. But thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.